Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am Jeffgrantmedia. In today's unboxing and first impressions video, we have a package from Tropicfeel. Now, I am not quite sure what is inside this package right now. We talked about a few things. They were gonna send me some shoes and a backpack and some accessories and all this stuff, but they didn't have any shoes in my size, so I know there's a backpack in here. I think there might be some accessories in here as well to go with the backpack, but I have no idea what bag's in here. No idea what accessories are in here, and it's a pretty big bag. I mean, this is a sizable bag for a backpack and maybe an accessory or two. So we are gonna be cracking this open to see what's inside, but first, Tropicfeel did reach out to me, asked me if I wanted to take a look at some of the products. I said yes, so they did send me the contents of this bag for free, but all the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone. I did not share this content with Tropicfeel prior to publication. They will see this when you do. And without any further ado, let's just open this big old bag and see what we got inside. Ooh. Oh, I ripped the bag. All right. I ripped the bag that the bag was in. The bag itself was inside a dust cover, but I accidentally ripped that. So we have, ooh, like a white and Arctic. Okay. So we have one bag. We have what looks like the mag pouch that will go in the front of the bag. A second mag pouch that will go in the front of the bag. These are different. This one feels a little thicker. This one feels a little bit thinner. So these are not the same pouch. Oh, we got the fog gray Fidlock pouch and the Fidlock toiletry. So we have a toiletry kit and a pouch. The passenger wardrobe system. The backpack is the Shell Backpack. Let's start with the backpack here. So we have the Shell Backpack in fog gray. Now these are a modular system, so that's why we have two different pouches that both have like a Fidlock connection system. But to go to the bag first, you know, outside in, we do have two stretchy pockets on either side. We have our attachment points for our pouch, whatever pouch we choose. We do have a attached hip belt. This hip belt is sewn into the side, so it is not removable. And it's a very tiny zipper, almost hidden, so I'm gonna guess this is probably a rainfly. No. Oh, okay, so this is an extension with two little G-hooks to clip on here. So this is not a rainfly. I thought this was going to be a rainfly, but this is like an extension. So this is adding more capacity to the bottom of the bag, and it also has, these are elastic. So these are stretchable, like, I don't want to call them pals because they're certainly not that, but they're like a lashing point, but they are elastic, so you could probably stick like a jacket or something, a sleeping pad maybe, something like that in here without having to use an additional strap, because these are elastic, they stretch. And the part where the G-hook is also elastic, so this will have a little bit of give for this bottom pouch here, and that just pops on. It feels like these are two little Hypelon. They feel like rubbery, so I believe these are probably gonna be little Hypelon attachment points, and then this will just tuck into this tiny little pocket down here at the bottom. So this will just tuck away back in here if I don't need it, and zip it back up. So that's kind of nice. I like that. That's a cool little feature. Okay, so we do have a luggage pass-through as well that is also a G-hook across the back. So the back is also a G-hook. So you could kind of stow the straps away if you wanted, because that's how it was packed. So the straps they're not removable, but you can kind of take this pass-through, this luggage pass-through, and put the straps down so you can kind of stow the straps away. So that's an interesting little addition. And I'm seeing there is definitely a pass-through here. I don't know why that's part of this design if we have a small hip belt here. Usually when you have a pass-through like this, it's for a hip belt, but we have an attached hip belt, so I'm not 100% sure what that is for, but I'm sure it has a purpose, and maybe we'll figure out what that purpose is during the full real user review. but we're gonna get back to checking this thing out for the very first time. So the bag is also rear access, and it does also have an AquaGuard zipper for the rear access. And once we get in here, so we're gonna have top access and rear access. If we're going to the rear, once we're inside here, we do have quite a bit of built-in organization. So we have a laptop sleeve that's, it's, I guess technically this is floating. The bottom of the laptop sleeve is right here where this lumbar pad is, and the bottom of the bag is about here. So we have roughly an inch of suspension, but the way this feels like it's pushing in, the laptop will be sitting at the bottom of the bag. So I would be very careful setting this down. Even if it's got a floating laptop sleeve, I'm always very careful setting my bag down when I have my laptop in it. It's just good practice to not drop it or set it down rough, because even a suspended laptop sleeve, they don't always have padding in the bottom. And if you set it down hard enough, the suspension could compress and you could still hit the laptop on the ground or the chair or the counter or the table, whatever you're setting on. So best practice is to always set down your backpack softly when there is a laptop inside. So in addition to our laptop sleeve, we do have 3 of these mesh, oh, 4 actually. There's 3 mesh pockets here. And then we also have a pocket here behind the mesh. And then a larger one here. So we have quite a bit of organization here. We have 5 pockets on the back panel in addition to our laptop sleeve. Then our interior is pretty much just an open shell for depending upon what accessories that we want to put in here. Probably like the wardrobe system that we will check out as well in a couple minutes. We're still digging into this though. So I'm liking this. I like this fog colorway. I did just notice this. There is a singular grab handle on what would be the left side of the backpack. There is not one on the other side, and there is a similar one at the top. Now, I can already tell I am not going to like these grab handles. These are way too thin. They're pretty tight. They're very tight on the hand right now, and these are very thin. So if this bag had a load on it and I was lifting it, this is definitely going to cut into the palm of my hand, and this is going to be very uncomfortable. So I am not going to like these. I already know it. So if I'm lifting this bag, I'm always going to be grabbing it by the shoulder strap as opposed to the grab handles, because both of these are much, much too thin. And as soon as you put weight in this bag, it is definitely going to be very, very uncomfortable, especially if you have a pouch in the front. And you have this expanded at the bottom, and this is actually an expandable top. You have top access to the bag as well, so you can actually expand the top out. So if I had this bag really loaded out, I would 100% not use these grab handles, because this is just going to hurt my hand very badly. I do not like how thin that is at all. But I do like that there's one on the side. I just wish they were like an inch, inch and a half thick. That would just make these actually usable. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and say these grab handles are just not usable at all. But the straps, when I just grabbed it, it felt like the strap had a good thickness to it. I feel like this has a good width to it. It's going to feel good across the shoulders. And they don't have a ton of padding, but it is kind of dense. So they do feel okay. They got some good flex to it. So looking at it, first impressions, I think that they're going to be kind of comfortable because they're wide enough and they have some good flex. I think they're going to form to the body really well, but only time will tell if they're going to be too narrow or too wide to be comfortable on my body. But moving on, we also have a pocket here in the lid. So we also have a zipper pocket in the lid. And is that it? Do we have any hidden back pockets that I missed? I think the only hidden pocket I saw was nothing that's a pocket. It says pass through here. Nothing in this lid. So that seems to be all of the pockets. This bag has quite a bit of organization to it built in before you actually get into the add-on. So we have a pocket in the lid. We have 5 pockets and a laptop sleeve across the back. And then we have this expandable compartment in the bottom that straps onto two G-hooks to these Haplon straps. And we do have 2 stretchy water bottle pockets on either side. Now, this is like a travel bag system. I don't know the capacity of this. We will do a quick spec rundown towards the end. I'll pull on my phone and look them up. But I mean, the look of this bag, it does have a nice look to it. And the way that this kind of expands with your pouches and the way that it has the expandable lid on it while still being a flap and not a roll top, it does look like this would be a pretty good EDC bag as well. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is probably about 30 liters, 28, 30 liters, without looking up any of the specs. But I think that this is gonna be a fairly decent EDC style bag as well as a travel bag. But now let's check out the pouches, and we're gonna start with the toiletry kit, and that's just because this is just the one that I grabbed first. I'm not showing any preference to them. This was just, I reached down and I grabbed the toiletry kit first. So we do have this fidlock system where they will kind of lock into place, and then the bottom ones, they'll kind of slide and lock in, but this you'll have to release both of them, so this will lock into the actual backpack. So let's go ahead and give it a shot here. I've never used this system before, so let's see how hard or easy it is to put it on. Oh, okay, so it is okay, so it's just the magnets locked it in. It's I didn't have to, that was super easy. And that's a pretty sturdy grab there. I mean, I'm shaking it. Now, I guarantee if I had this bag fully loaded, that I'm going to probably pop at least these bottom two, but I'm trying to pop them and I really can't. So they're on there pretty good. That's a good grab. So maybe it will stay completely on there. Now this is the toiletry bag, so let's see what it actually looks like inside. Okay, so we do have a bit of organization. We also have the hook here. Toiletry bags will generally have this hook that you can hang it on, the back of a door in a hotel room, something like that. So I can hang it, and you'll see all of my pockets. When I open it, it orientates so everything's downward, so I can access everything while it's hanging. So let's take the toiletry kit off, and we'll try just called pouch. So go ahead and try pouch. It locks on the same as the toiletry kit, so I'm guessing I can just drop this here. So there we go, it's locked in, dangling it. And this one, you could see it only unzips about halfway, so it's not gonna fully clamshell open like the toiletry bag would. So this one is probably just going to be a dump pouch, I'm gonna guess, if I open it up. Okay, so this is a dump pouch, and it actually does have some cable management on the inside back here. You can see we have two different sizes. We have some smaller ones on either side, and then a larger one in the middle. And there is some faint branding there. That's the Tropicfeel logo. You can kind of see the glare there. And then the inside is just a dump pouch. And again, it will click the same as the toiletry kit. We'll just kind of mag lock in there. Just line everything up, and the magnets take over, and we can zip that back up. That's caught pretty good. And the more I look at this, I'm really digging this fog colorway. I do really like this fog colorway. It looks pretty cool. I'm really digging this. I used to hate lighter colors and like white bags. They get dirty pretty easily, but the more I look at them, the more I like them. I'm kind of grooving on them. So this fog colorway, I'm really digging. It's like a very light gray, and it does have these white accents in it, which seem to be like a off-white, not quite cream, but like an eggshell kind of color. So it's like this light gray with these eggshell accents, and then the green like bar tack, and the keepers and stuff are green. So I'm really liking this colorway, this fog gray with this like eggshell white and green. I'm really digging this. Okay, so here is our wardrobe system. It is expandable here. We have, there it goes. Okay, so we have one zipper cube that is separated. So this cube, zipper's closed, but it's actually segmented into two different sides here. And then this one is completely open. And then we have this little divider system on the bottom. This, I believe, is supposed to kind of accordion closed, and you're supposed to be able to like compress this. You compress both sides, and then it's supposed to kind of like stay closed inside your bag. I mean, obviously it's laying flat right now because there's nothing in it, but if this was loaded out, that would compress it all down to hold it all together. And if I unstrap it, it does expand fairly big. I mean, it's decent size too. I mean, that's probably, 18 inches, 20 inches tall. So you can fit a lot of clothing in there and then compress it down. So I could definitely fit like probably a week's worth of travel gear and clothing inside this pouch or this wardrobe closet pretty easily. So I like the idea of it, and I believe this G-hook is for, yeah, so this even, it's a little like kind of G-hook, but that'll unstrap, and you can make this, because here's your grab handle, also small and not very usable. I would probably just use this as my grab handle. This is a good thickness for a grab handle, but this is so you can hang it. So when I'm in the hotel room, I take my wardrobe out and I can hang this the back of the door, on a hanger in the closet, and then everything's here and accessible. So I can press it to get it in my bag and travel. I uncompress it when I get there and I hang it up so I can have all of my clothes ready to go. But overall, first impressions of the Tropicfeel shell bag and the pouches. I really like this pouch system with these fid locks. I have a love-hate relationship with fid locks because generally they're used for, you know, sternum straps, and they're used for like straps on backpacks, compression strap closures, and I like to play with them. But honestly, I like the way that regular old school nylon snaps work. I'm very old school, I guess. I like Cordura, I like nylon buckles. Fid locks are cool and all, but I've never had this fid lock system before where you have, they all connect and then you have to release them. I've seen it, but I've never had it myself, and I like it. This is actually, it's holding really, really well. It's got a good grip, and with the pouch on the front of it, I think overall the aesthetic of the shell looks pretty good. I like this bag. It does look like a pretty good EDC bag, and if I wanted to remove this, I'm not a huge fan of these little nubs sticking out, but it still doesn't look that bad. I do like this overall look. And again, I'm gonna try this as an EDC pack for myself. I don't have any travel coming up for another 2 months. And I'm down to 2 bags that I'm going to use for that trip. Not this one, I'm not taking this because it's gonna be a long trip and it's going to Disney, so I'm gonna have to carry probably more back than I'm taking. So I'm bringing a roller bag. I am not gonna do 1 bag travel. We have chartered flights, so we have plenty of luggage that we can bring, so we're just gonna go ahead and bring roller bags. So I'm debating about my bag to bring to walk around Disney with. And this, to me, this is pretty rigid. I mean, it's got some flex to it, but for me in Disney, this is too much backpack for Disney. They're like 30-ish liters is gonna be too big for Disney. So definitely not going to take this to Disney with me, but I am going to EDC this. I will load it up with as if I'm gonna go away for like a long weekend to a week travel. I'll put some clothes in here, I'll see how it feels, how it wears. But let's do a quick spec check on this because I'm not sure how big this actually is. The shell bag goes from 20 liters fully compressed up to 40 liters with all of the compression out, and then it looks like it adds an additional 2 liters if you take the shoe garage out of the bottom of the bag and add that to the pack. And it does appear that the wardrobe is for you to roll your t-shirts, socks, or underwear and stick them into those honeycomb cubes. The shell backpack comes in 5 different colorways, and at the time of filming, the shell backpack ranges in price from $186.75 to $249, depending upon which colorway you choose. The wardrobe comes in at $99, the fidlock pouch comes in at $80, and the fidlock toiletry kit comes in at $90. And for a little bit of a side-by-side, the smaller one is the fidlock pouch, where the little bit larger one is the toiletry kit. And again, the pouch only has a half zip, where the toiletry kit is a full clamshell. So when you open this up, you can actually take your hook and hang it, and all of your pockets will orientate up so you can actually get all your toothbrush, your toothpaste, your deodorant, your hair supplies, your razor, anything, you know, that you need. You can just kind of tuck in here and then hang it on the back of the bathroom door, and you can easily get to everything once you're at the hotel. So I do like this system quite a bit, actually. I like the fidlock system. I feel like the option to, oh, I guess if I tuck that in there, I feel like the option to use the toiletry kit come off, and I can use the pouch if I wanted to. Maybe, oh, I somehow locked it into. I can pack this pouch and maybe put it internally in the bag, and then I could pack the toiletry kit on. Because it's thicker, I can keep all my toiletry on the outside. When I get to where I'm going, I can pull the toiletry off, hang this in my hotel room, throw the pouch on the front of the bag so I have my quick access grab and go, throw like my battery charger in here, my cables and my battery bank and stuff like that, because this had the cable management across the top, so you know, keep your battery bank and stuff in here, keep batteries for my camera in here or something, and I can just throw this on the front of the bag and go once I get to the hotel. Take out my wardrobe, take out my toiletry kit, compress my bag down to the 20-liter range, and then I can just go. So all in all, I kind of like this system. I like the bag. I like the look of the bag. I really like this colorway option of this bag. It gets a little bigger than I thought. I didn't expect this to get up to 40 liters, but I did not fully expand the bag. So I guess, I mean, yeah, even taking these top compression straps off and expanding this out, it still doesn't look that big. Like, that still, to me, doesn't look that big. So I still say, to me, visually, this looks more like a 30-liter pack. Now, I guess if I were to expand the top as well, oh, I can't get it. There we go. So I guess if I were to expand the top up and really stuff the bag out. But yeah, if I really open this bag up and I look down and I get like a tight roll on the top, I could see that this is a 40-liter pack if I do it that way. But it does compress down pretty small, and it does look like a manageable EDC pack. So I'm gonna say this bag is deceivingly large, because I thought that this was only gonna be like a 28, 30-liter pack, but it's 40 or 42 if you take the shoe garage out. And you know, you can use it for anything. You don't have to use it as a shoe garage. You can throw whatever you want in there, but they show it as a shoe garage, which I like because I don't like to put my shoes inside my bag for two reasons. I had the one of the airbags, I forget what bag it was. I did a written review. The video wasn't, there was no video on the channel, but I did the written review for the TPP, and that had the shoe garage inside. Now, it had an antimicrobial lining in it, but I did throw my running shoes in there a couple times, and it still, it stunk. It made the bag stink a little bit, even with that antimicrobial lining. So having them on the outside of the bag, actually even dangling below the bag, so they're not actually stuffed up in my bag, I like that idea and that concept. And then when I don't need it, it tucks into this pretty small little compartment at the bottom, because the other issue I had was I had that bulk was inside the bag, so it went in the bag. So when you weren't using it, it's stuffed down, but inside the main body of the bag, there was still like this sleeve that was the shoe garage that was inside the main body of the bag, even when I wasn't using it. And I found that that was just a bit annoying at times. I didn't like it. I felt that it was just, I didn't like the overall design, but this seems to be a lot more user-friendly, that it's contained into its own little zipper pocket on the bottom, and it's not pushing up to the inside of the actual main body of the bag. So I like that concept, I like that design of this bag, and I like this overall look. So far, I'm pleased with what I'm seeing here from the Tropicfeel Shell Backpack and the accessories they sent me. So we're gonna go ahead, throw this into queue, and test it on out and see my final thoughts after I've used it for a while. So if you like this video or any of my other videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications next time I post a brand new video. Good night.